Hello everyone, I'm Rob Mithra. It's that time of the month. We had our sale, we've got our beta gear, so I'm going to be joined again by Jay Richter, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the beta gear.
Yeah, I'm Jay Richter. I was the lead writer on Drifter Night for the CCG. I hang around Lanterns Rain a lot, and I got a really cool new Node 1 homebrew in the work, and that'll be soon-ish, so look forward to that.
Oh yeah, the Lantern Bear. I saw
It's a
that.
bear, he throws things. It's basically Arzuros.
So we will start with the lore of these two new things. It's actually 3 minis, but only 2 things on sale. Aside for Death Eye Urza. There was a Death Eye Urza, but she didn't come with anything. But interestingly enough, there was a painter's scale with then a player's scale, which I guess that's the new name for it. I've never heard it referred to as player's scale. Have you?
I don't pay that much attention to the hobbyist side of things, so I actually wouldn't know.
Yeah, so this one included painter's scale and player's scale of, I think, 2 different people. It included a player's scale, Twilight Knight Allison, and then a Summer Goth.
Wasn't Oktoberfest Aya like that too? And there was the big one, the little one.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if they referred to it as player's scale. They might have. You're correct. So it is interesting. And then there was also the Summer Aya. Actually, is it called Summer Aya? I don't actually know now. Is it Survival Aya?
It's Samurai. Yeah.
Summer Aya. Okay. I figured that would already have been taken. I figured we would have had that by now. So, for the Summer Goth, the lore blurb talks about, on the glass coast of the boiling sea, Twilight Knight Allison waits. She has paid the dark seamstress a vial of her own tears of anguish for the dress and finery that is acceptable at the court of the uncrowned king of Teltia. She awaits a summon at the domain's edge so she may learn how he has created this slice of miserable sunny paradise. So there's a lot of word salad in there.
That's approaching like word pot roast. That's a lot. That's a lot of things they put in that.
Yeah, there's.
Dutch oven there.
I don't. There's a lot.
It was kind of a theme for this sale, actually, with the Dark Herald, also kind of word salady.
Yeah, there's a lot in this. I guess. Well, Dark Seamstress is now canon. I mean, she definitely meets with Aya. The only other time I've heard of Dark Seamstress, I think, approaching canon was with Goth Amy from the Zombicide crossover.
And then the pinup armor, which was included in 1.6 card pack. In the card pack, so I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, but I meant in the lore itself, I don't think they ever met, like, someone. Her meeting Aya now means that, like, or Allison, I mean, means that, like, that's as canon as you can get.
Yeah, absolutely. She's one of the main characters, so yeah.
So she's waiting wherever, there. And it sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like the desert, I guess.
Or like a beach, an ocean, an island, maybe perhaps the Doll's Island. Bomb.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Perhaps this is
might be,
but this is like the coast of the boiling sea, which was not. Doll was something else, right? She was like.
Doll was Rust Ocean.
Yeah, Rust Ocean. So.
Or possibly Saliva. It's not entirely clear. Probably Rust Ocean.
Yeah, it sounds like. Yeah. I don't know. So that's Summer Goth's lore. Somehow gave us actually Allison lore. So then we have Aya's thing, which is the most interesting, because we know a lot about Aya. So
this girl.
Yeah, she has. So Aya's here for her lore blurb. It was Aya travels the sand dunes below the larval pools that form in the iron clouds overhead. Here the sun never sets and perpetual summer reigns. The metabolic mutation of the sky poles superheats the fluid of the pool, rolling, no, it is roiling, and bubbling over, occasionally discouraging them to the sands below. Massive globs of fluid rain down, creating cryptic glass formations in the sand. So, again, bunch of word salad. But
Gorging.
This is like...
Not discouraging, disgorging.
Oh, is it disgorging?
That is a word. To pour out.
Yes.
Or to cause to pour out. Sorry.
No, I just went back and looked at it. That's a bunch of word salad there. It's like a...
Yeah. It's shorter, I think. It is. No, it's the same length.
So this is weird. This seems to indicate a time after her comic and after her promo stuff and after her original white boxes, but before Lantern Eye.
For Lantern Eye, yeah. It's between After the Wall and Lantern Eye.
Yes.
Because she has her like white dragon armor on her back in the art, and I'm not sure about the mini, but in the art at least.
Yes. And she still has her sword.
Yeah.
Which I think she has now wielded almost every weapon.
Hey, I'm here for it. Not a guitar.
Not a guitar, a club, or a
whip.
Yeah, or a whip.
Or a bow.
Or a bow. But she's got herself a sword, an axe, a spear.
A spear. Another spear.
Another spear. Another spear. And another axe. No. No, she only has the one lantern axe, so...
Yeah.
But her sword is very unique. It's very telling of her. This one's different. It looks like it's got holes in it now, but it's definitely her sword that she has from the original Survivor Aya.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is interesting. So you have a theory about this one, and it's tied to the Storm Knights.
Oh, it's absolutely tied to the Storm Knights. There's no other way to read that, in my opinion. So reading this, sun poles are a creature, right? They're probably like tadpoles, and they're in the larval pools. So the larval pools... Oh, no, you know what? Baby sunstalkers are called sun poles. Sky poles.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that means. I just realized that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they're the larva of the sunstalkers. The sun poles. Sky poles. That's, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, that's what that is. And obviously, what I think's going on and what happened with Aya is that she fought.
This is the sky poles superheat the fluids of the pool. That's I forget what it's called. Sky sauna. What's the innovation in sun? That's what that is.
Innovation.
There's an innovation. It's like sauna. It's like sky.
Yeah,
sauna.
The sauna shrine. The shrine sauna.
Shrine sauna. I'm pretty sure that's what they're referring to.
There's also the great pool, the sky pool.
Oh yeah, the birthing
pool,
the birthing pool where
Yeah.
But that one I don't think was superheated. Maybe. I would hope not.
No, it probably totally was, actually. It's like steaming, right? And it gets
the saunas and stuff
all hot and bothered.
Yeah. So you think this is the one that's tied to the Storm Castle?
Oh, totally. The sun never sets because there is an ancient sunstalker chained to the sword-shaped castle in the sky.
Yes. And you think the settlement's the one down below, where Aya eventually just now winds up.
Oh yeah, no, she probably like killed the ancient sunstalker, the Great Devourer, whatever you want to call it, and then like imposed herself as boss of the settlement, buried the death crown, and became Lantern Aya.
Well, she buries the death crown in some other settlement. Oh, you think she never left the sun settlement?
It might be the same settlement. She might have led them away from the sun stuff.
Oh, before the settlement gets destroyed.
Or like Clinging Mist did it. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Right.
Aya is now every kind of special survivor. That's my headcanon.
Makes sense. Yeah, so the globs of fluid, that's the rain, right? It's canon that whenever a challenger approaches the storm, it rains. Or a storm castle, it rains. And
Well,
then,
I think that's just the spit from the sky poles.
yeah, these globs of, right here, the massive globs of fluid that rain down, creating fluid, yeah, that's got to be the rain.
Yep.
The acid rain that I forget exactly how it's worded, right?
Accompanies the storm night.
Yeah.
The sword-shaped castle.
Yeah, and then that's the light in the skies event, right? He defeated a challenger.
Yep.
Yep. So, and then it's also mentioned in the sweat sword. Oh, there's a whole bunch of ties to this. So,
there's a story being told here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's not exactly as elegant as Dark Souls.
No, we're gonna get more of it in Gambler's Chest. That's maybe a thing.
Maybe. I don't know how much Aya is going to be in the chest.
No, I
there's
meant
no Aya mini in the chest.
No, the castle has been shown in updates. Like the castle itself.
Oh, yeah, I guess it has.
Yeah. But again, we don't know for sure because they've also shown the Lonely Tree, and we know that's not in the Gambler's Chest, so.
Yeah, fair enough. But, like, also that thing that the guy told you.
What?
About Atnus.
What thing about what? About what?
Atnus, the uncrowned king and master of the Storm Knights.
Yes,
plural.
That's from Tastemaker. Yeah, which is super helpful. We'll get into that. So there's a new Team Death member who joined Lantern's Reign, which is
Reign Discord.
Amazingly helpful, and I can't even grasp how it's literally like a before, it's like a time moment that's like before Tastemaker and after Tastemaker in the legacy of the Kingdom Death board game. Because literally, as we were talking to do this, I was ready to not now. I mean, it's been we talked about doing it, and then there was some time that passed because we couldn't align schedules and stuff, and someone passed out, and
oh, shut up! It was like 11 at night.
So anyway, time passed, but in that time. This is what I'm saying. Literally, the Tastemaker in joining Lantern's Reign is so great for the game. The time prior to when we first tried to schedule it, we would have walked into this talking about 2 a.m. design. But now, because we have access to Tastemaker, we don't have to talk. We don't have to have that discussion. He's already clarified it, it's literally like a before and after time. Like it's a whole new revelation, Kingdom Death gaming.
No, Taste Master.
Yeah, it was before Tastemaker or Tastemaker after Tastemaker.
Yeah, yeah, it's hilarious that didn't get printed with the reprint of
we'll go into that. I guess we'll talk about the patterns that include with Summer Goth. More work has been done clearly on the pattern system itself. They're now further along because these patterns are not tied to insight. And that was what we were originally going to talk about. Originally, these were unmakeable. You couldn't even do them because they had seed here. It wasn't Insight Watcher, which it should be, because everything else has been Insight Watcher. These are Seed Watcher. And now, because we have Tastemaker, that's been clarified that so the funny thing is, these shipped out with the old version of the rules, saying that you need to have Insight to use them. That was what was included in the box, the 1.2 rules for the pattern system. But I guess that's different now. The pattern system has evolved. It now only cares about the first milestone on the understanding track. So whatever it is, meaning that if you're playing People of the Lantern currently, it's Insight, or People of the Sun, it's Insight. But in People of the Stars, it's Awake. So you can still use your patterns in there. We don't have that rule. And without Tastemaker, we would have been saying that, look, these are useless.
Hey.
But we have that, so we don't need to talk about the 2 a.m. design now.
It's 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's been
They
improved.
forgot to put it in the box.
Yeah, they didn't update the actual rules, but at least we have some we can clarify with now.
And just for clarification, seed is not in the glossary. We still don't know what that means.
No, and seed is not. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with seed here. So look, I've got the images here. You can see it's capitalized in the pattern itself, and then it's also a gear keyword.
Keyword, yeah.
So it's something. I'm assuming Void Fabric is the Watcher's cloak itself, it sounds like, from these, if you read these patterns.
I'm pretty sure the Watcher has like hit locations called like Void Cloak. So yeah.
Yeah, so the Void fabric is the Watcher's cloak itself. Where is it? They wrap themselves in the discarded pieces of black fabric and drift off into the darkness. They awaken a new sense of calm, guides their steady hand, and they sew the fabric into stockings.
Yeah, Void Shroud, Void Polyps, Void Plexus, Void Nerve Net.
So this is the Watcher's cloak itself, this Void fabric. And then Seed, no idea what that is. Could be literally anything.
It's something. I'll check the Living Glossary again, but it wasn't in there yesterday.
No, but the glossary has been getting updated. Again, thanks to Tastemaker, I saw the questions that I asked in the Kickstarter have been added now to the FAQ. So it's good times for Kingdom Death. Things are getting updated.
Yep. We're going to talk about the gear now.
So Black Star Bikini here, +1 evasion, which is great.
It's green left and right, which is also great.
Yeah, this is the same as the Cyrus, or not Cyrus, yeah, Summer Cyrus, right? They were left and right with huge evasion stacks. Yeah, left and right is crazy. This is really good. All of these, except for the Bikini, which has armor. The other two are not, but all of these work insanely well with rolling armor. All three of these things.
Mean, the Bikini still works with rolling armor because rolling armor isn't armor.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but the Bikini armor is, but the rolling armor isn't, so it still works.
Yeah.
These things are all insanely good with rolling armor. But when you are hit, roll 1d10. So this is just whenever you are hit. And then it's before rolling hit locations, you roll on a 7+. You narrowly avoid it, ignoring the hit. Meaning that you can still dodge after this.
Yeah, 30% is really high.
Yeah, 30% is really high, especially when you still have the ability to dodge afterwards. So, like, you do this... I don't know exactly when this triggers. I guess you could even make these rolls before you block and deflect, because to block and deflect use the same wording. It's when you were hit.
Yeah.
So
I would totally say that you totally could.
Yeah, so this is so incredibly powerful that you should always be rolling this before you even do block, deflect, and dodge.
This is so incredibly powerful, it's a negative pattern card.
Yes, which is also interesting. So I guess this now confirms that the only reason why things are negative patterns isn't because they're canon, or could actually exist, because we have other bikinis. And the Void fabric
silly.
also exists, because we have Void fabric from the Ghost Garter, so Void fabric also exists. Negative patterns are just, I'm going to make ridiculously powerful things and screw it.
Except not all of them are that, because the 10th anniversary year isn't that ridiculous.
No, but so there's no... I always assume negative patterns would be the things, because I think in the One Game Just update, it's like, negative patterns are the... like what could be. Like, futuristic, they're kind of funny stuff. But this is just
I figured it would straight up be negatives for white box content, positives for expansion content.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Maybe they forgot to write the minus on the legs and arms.
Maybe, but they're the right numbers. They line up, I guess. 29. I mean, because you couldn't have negative 21 and then negative 29 and 30, because then everyone would be like, where the hell's 22 through 28?
They're in the chest, clearly.
Yeah, they're in the chest.
He just forgot about those numbers when he was counting, because it was 2 a.m., right?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, they could all be negative. I mean, they could have meant to be negative. Like I said, I mean, I'm under the suspicion that the probably was supposed to get this some other time. I think, because Summer Goth is wearing a face mask. So I think we were probably supposed to get that some other time.
No, the Aya is wearing a face mask.
Oh, the Aya is wearing
Summer
a face
Goth
mask?
is not.
Oh, okay.
Or not Aya.
Yeah.
Allison is wearing a face mask. Goth is not.
Yeah, so we were probably supposed to get Aya a while back, and then it was just like, well, whatever.
Allison, not Aya,
Allison,
my bad.
Yeah. We'll talk about Aya here in a sec. But, yeah, she's probably just an older mini that got thrown in the Painter Skill stuff, so that's cool. She got thrown in with Summer Goth. That's cool.
Hey, more stuff.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. There's no reason to complain about getting that little mini with it.
No, I think it's just cool stuff. Then we have the Ghost Garters, the legs and arms version. These are both accessories. They're not armor. Oh, I guess we should probably explain why we said they're great with rolling armor, if you want to explain it.
So these stack. Rolling armor is specifically the shoulders. It is if you get hit, you roll a d10, and if you hit a 10, you cancel the hit limit once per round. That stacks.
Yep.
So you can try that. If that fails, try the bikini. If that fails, block. If that fails, deflect. If that fails, dodge.
Yep. Checks out.
Oh, no, wait. Also fencing works too.
Oh, yeah, and the other one, too. The one. What was the other one from Aya?
I think those are the only two that you can cancel hits with.
No, not canceling hits. Well, this
Or
is
ignoring
also
hits.
this. You don't have to spend survival or do anything when you cancel these hits. Technically, you can avoid these when you're doomed because you don't need to spend survival to trigger this. So you can just eat
doomed
traps.
is everything. Remember, doomed got changed in 1.5 to anything. You can't do anything.
Yeah. Well, oh no, I didn't mean doomed. I meant reaction on the sword that came with iron with Aya.
Yes.
What's the sword? I forget what it's called. The novel sword proficiency. When you get attacked during your thing, during a reaction, isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
During your attack, if you're attacked, you can counter. I think is what it is. Whatever it was.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. The Willow thing. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that was Willow. That's right. Yeah. But this also, you can do that. You can dodge the hit, and then still attack back because you were technically hit. You just ignored it.
New meta is underwear anime girl with a sword.
Yep, that was always the meta though.
I'm here for it. I'm gonna put that on only male survivors. That's what I'm gonna do.
You could. There's
no reason not to.
No, I think we've only seen one thing, females only, right? The thing that was originally in.
Maybe I feel like that sounds familiar, but I'm not. You might be crazy, and I might be crazy, but that sounds familiar.
I think there's been one piece of gear that said like females only. I think. I can't think. But
the Nightmare or the Twilight Thong.
No. Thongs are okay. You can even get the +1 luck thong from the Dark Trader. He doesn't care.
No, hey.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's the most powerful. He's just the guy from RE4.
I think it might have been the milking thing.
Yeah, you're right.
So
the Nightmare Breast Pump.
That's it, Nightmare Breast Pump. I think that was females only.
Yep.
I hope it is.
Oh, it's awful.
Who knows?
You should get that checked out. You might have cancer, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'll just put a huge thing on the video saying wrong with this dumbass. So.
Yep.
I think that's the only thing that's ever said females only.
Yep,
we got so off topic. So, those garters, they're good. They're
Legs.
accessories. They're not armor. You can wear them. They're incredibly ridiculous. The arm ones are just incredibly ridiculous. I'm starting to be known for being the person who points out these absolutely ridiculous things that just break the game. But this Ghost Garters here, when you wound the monster, you add +1 to all hit locations. Limit once per round unless you're not wearing armor. Okay, well this is not wearing armor if you just wore this. And then you could use this with my favorite strain fighting art, Consulclaver, Convulsaire, which whenever you gain armor, you gain additional. So...
Yep.
Great.
Yep. I mean, armor is less good than evasion 100% of the time because they're still after damage effects.
True, unless you're adding 2 at a time every one of your wounds, and then you wound 6 times.
Yeah, but you can still bleed out. You can still
true.
die.
But I mean, I agree with you 100%. The point of the armor is not as great because the point of the game is to stack evasion and just dodge, like we were just talking about with Bikini. But armor suddenly becomes rapidly viable when you're dropping 6 to all locations every round.
Yeah, that's true. And it does work with the Bikini because that's not armor.
Yeah, it's not armor. You're correct. So, You could still do, and neither is the rolling armor. So you're just gonna, and neither is anything when you're what's the flower?
Hey, stack
Acanthus
it.
Doctor.
Yeah, stack it. Okay, that's what I was about to say.
So this is just absolutely ridiculous. So, but
Welcome to Kingdom Death.
I guess that's what this beta stuff is like. Here you go. Our internal playtesters haven't looked at this stuff because he's admitted to that on Kickstarter. That it's just stuff he makes for fun, which is fine. It doesn't matter. The extra increased value to the minis, so that's fine with me. But it's basically that no one else has looked at this. I'm just throwing this into the wind. How much armor can you add? Oh, 8 to 10 per round? Okay.
Now combine it with Butcher's Blood and King of Thousand Battles.
Oh yeah. Well, that was Neil's sword. Get yourself
and put that and combine that with the needle sword, and you're back in business.
There we go. Back of it. Kill you. You get infinite armor, and the monster takes infinite damage without trying a hit location.
Welcome to Poots.
Yep. Now we
just
just need some way of turning our armor permanent.
You're just ignoring the monster at that point.
Yeah.
Because the legs are the same thing, but remove bleeding tokens.
Yeah, removing bleed. Well, I just assumed you'd
limited.
never ever gain a bleed if you're adding 6 or 8 per armor per round.
No, because even if it doesn't get to like an injury, after damage effects still happen. So like after damage bleed too.
Oh yeah, I guess so. If you're a madman who just fights butchers with the heart flute.
Other thing, Lion God I think does bleeding sometime.
Yeah. I guess
Flower
so.
Knight,
Yeah.
if you really, really want to style on Flower.
Yeah, if you've got yourself Ghost Guarders, and you've got yourself Butcher's thing, and you've got yourself 1,000 Insanity, and you're killing monsters without drawing hit locations, and you think you might die for some reason, then, and you're just totally out there just fighting Lion Gods and Butchers heart fluting every year.
Oh, you'd get so many. Oh, we're back, baby. We're back to 1.0. Like it never even changed.
So now we've got, let's see. Let's go on to Aya before we talk about these too much.
Before we both have conniptions.
Yeah. Aya is much more... Aya's is actually really good. I like... Aya's is good for the game. Aya's is good, like, the balance is a little bit iffy, but it's kind of there because it's kind of difficult to get. So how you get it is when you scavenge from a survivor corpse, which, as far as I know, nothing adds that. So there's no way of getting this. Unlike, like we were talking about with Needle Sword, the complaint where people were like, well, Needle Sword's really, you have to roll 100. Well, no, you don't, because you can just get Thundercaller, and then you can just get it. This, as far as I know, there's no way of adding a survivor corpse for anything.
I feel like I'm like 90% sure some monster has a survivor corpse, but I might be misremembering. Gigalion, maybe. Gigalion, I think.
Oh, Gigalion, you're right. So yeah, so you want Gigalion. If you want this spear, you want Gigalion.
Hey, man.
It's a good spear.
You're not allowed to say Gigalion's bad now.
Yeah, you can get. That's the best way of getting this spear, and this is a pretty good spear. And then you also need to roll a 10+, meaning that what is it? Scavenger's kit, right? You had +1 to your scavenger rolls.
Kit. Yep.
So the 10+ is good. I approve of them putting the 10+ here, because it means that they are aware that you could get higher than that.
Well, it could have been roll a lantern 10.
That's what I mean. So that's why I said I appreciate the 10+. Because if had that not been there, then it would just say when you roll a 10. Without the 10+, then it's like, oh, I have to literally roll a 10. So...
Spear's neat. I'm here for it. I'm not sure what it's made of.
The spear?
That's a lore thing.
It's just...
It's not Aya's spear.
No, it's not. It's from the guy. She found it. She's a scavenger. Yeah. This has been now established in her lore. She's like a hoarder. I'm pretty sure she is literally a hoarder.
That's probable.
She's probably a secretive hoarder. That's it. Confirmed. Yeah. Poots' Aya's character, or Aya's Poots' character.
You know what? I can accept that. I'm okay with that.
She's probably a secretive hoarder. I wouldn't doubt that at all now. So yeah, she just
Yeah.
picked this up off some dude. She just scavenged it somewhere. So who knows what it's made of? She didn't make it. And then we have, let's see. It is unique, so that's good because you don't want, because scavenger kits, you could get really lucky, or not scavenger kit, survivor corpses, you could get really lucky and you could just like get these a lot and they're really good, so it's probably best that it is unique.
Mm-hmm.
Reach 2 is great, the stats are great, the ability is good. This is all around pretty good. The token thing is a little much. I would assume it's probably going to be slightly changed.
I mean, I guess until the end of your next turn would be a better.
Yeah, something. Otherwise, it's just weird.
And here's my question for you. And I don't think it does, but does it work with the Juggernaut Blade?
I forget exactly what Juggernaut Blade is. This, I don't...
It's for every token you have, this gains +1 strength.
No, doesn't.
Fair enough.
Because it says right here, this gains a +1 strength token. This doesn't work with Red Fist either. You're not getting the +1 token. The gears.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit wonky, but you're like 99% right.
I mean, I guess we could ask Tastemaker, but I'm
Fair
pretty
enough.
sure it says this gains a +1 token. So
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to think. I think there's something else that says that. I don't remember. I know there's Infernal Rhythm that gains lantern tokens, and then you spend the lantern tokens. But I'm pretty sure there's another thing in the game that gains tokens. I just can't remember what it is. I think it's like a wounding effect, right? You can discard it and do an additional wound or something. You can discard once you gain a certain amount of tokens.
I mean, are you thinking rolling gate stun tokens?
No, an actual attribute token. Something else gains actual attribute tokens, like a luck token. But maybe it's like blindside. There's something else that gains a luck token or something, and then you can expend them.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe.
Either way, I don't think this works with Red Fist. I don't think this, because it's the weapon itself is gaining the tokens. If it was supposed to be you gain a +1 strength token, then back to the 2 a.m. design, because you clearly worded that really wrong. There couldn't have been a worse way of wording it if you were supposed to gain them.
That's a 3 a.m. moment right there.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's this gains it, and you're not gaining it. You can't spend it.
Yeah. Nah, because, like...
I think this is really good. Really good.
It's great. It's great. I don't think it's that OP within normal play. I think if you're, like, maxing, then it becomes nuts, because most people aren't going to have a King of 1,000 Battles. Most people aren't going to have a hypersensitive extra sense survivor. Most people aren't going to bring a Warrior of the Sun through the Clinging Mist to the Lantern Settlement. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, most this is going to get up to is within a normal fight. 15. That's a lot. It's a lot of strength, but it's not devastating. It's not deadly.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not sharp. So I mean, like, it doesn't have finesse. So you can't put barbed on it. Like, this is really good in the beginning of the game.
It is. It's great early game.
But
like the Lantern Halberd.
This does not compete with Glaive at all. So, like, if you don't get this, I think this is perfectly fine. Otherwise, you're going to have to get a whole bunch of strength tokens on it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the actually more powerful thing is the affinity ability. We were talking about this before we went live. The affinity ability is insanely good because this fresh kill, it tutors it out of the deck, and the fresh kill is everything besides scrap. It's a bone, organ, and a hide.
It's a question mark.
Yeah, it's just free more resources that doesn't drain the deck. So that's the thing that makes this amazing is If this would have been a basic resource, then you're tutoring it out of the basic resource deck. But this is a strange resource that is specifically tutored by this. So it's just an extra thing. Like, so you could go farm an antelope and you still get all of its resources out of its deck. This isn't like something where it's like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have brought this because I could have just got that resource anyway.
Yeah, and it also stacks with the flaying knife, or the flaying table.
Oh, that's true. All right, so that ends the discussion. We got off topic quite a bit in there. It was fun talking about lore and everything. Jay had to go, so that ends the video. Season 4 is starting very soon. I think maybe, perhaps, I'll get this out right before the Season 4 video will go up. But, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in Season 4 of Kingdom Death.